Hi everyone, this is Men's here. I'm going to be playing the Tier 8 Chinese tank that there's currently a mission going on where you can buy it in a gift shop, the WZ-111, which hasn't been available outside of the Chinese server before, so it's a new tank to most people. As you see here on the left, I have the IS-6 and its gun beneath its stats. In the middle, the WZ-111 and its gun stats underneath, and on the right, the other Chinese Tier 8 premium heavy tank, the 112 with its gun stats underneath. As you see, they all pretty much have the same gun. The WZ-111 and 112 of course have the same gun, but the gun on the IS-6 is very similar as well. The main difference being they have different premium shells, which it's pretty much the Chinese ones have a little bit better premium shell as far as raw penetration, but overall it's not that huge of a advantage. As you see, accuracy, aim time, weight, all the same. Main difference is the rate of fire. The IS-6 actually has the highest DPM by a slight margin over the WZ-111, and the 112 actually has the lowest amount of DPM. The main differences, as you see in the characteristics up top, is the IS-6 is slower than both the Chinese tanks. It has significantly less view range. It only has 350 meters compared to 380 meters on both of the Chinese tanks. And small things like it weighs more. The engine is stronger, but since it weighs more, it doesn't really do much. And both the IS-6 and WZ-111 have 1,550 hit points compared to 1,500 on the 112. Now, armor-wise, the turret of both Chinese tanks pretty much the same. They are a little different, but they have a lot better armor than the IS-6. The IS-6, as you see, is a lot thinner, and as you probably know by facing IS-6s, their turrets, they're strong, but they're not as strong as you would think for a heavy tank. It does have various weak spots. The Chinese tanks do have better turrets, especially facing forward. Now, the hull armor. IS-6, its hull armor's okay, however, it's not great. The sides are better than the Chinese tanks, especially the 112. The WZ-111, although it's thinner, it does have the space armor sides, like an IS-3. Basically, it looks like it's an armor plate here, but it's actually space armor, and really deceives people, and it's a lot tougher, especially against heat shells, than you would imagine. So, in the armor department, WZ-111, in my opinion, wins out because although the IS-6 does have good all-around hull armor, the WZ-111, it's a thicker on the front. Although it loses 20 millimeters on the sides, it does have that space armor. And when compared to the 112 has a very flat front, like the IS-6, but the 112 is slopeless, so that has the least amount of armor. But the IS-6 and 112 are pretty similar when it comes to armor. The WZ-111 has that pike nose almost. It does have this very weak lower glacis, which is larger than the IS-6's, because the tank actually sits up a little bit higher, it feels like, but it's easier to hit the lower glacis, but the upper glacis is a lot tougher than the IS-6 in most cases. Now, let's hop into a battle here after I get all these closed out, which actually it says hold on a second here. I forgot to go over the shells. I actually have not jumped into this tank yet. I have played it before. I just got it right now on my personal account. Let's just check off a few things here. I always go with a repair kit, first aid kit, and automatic fire extinguisher. As you see here, the shells aren't cheap like some premiums are, because they do 390 damage per shot, and the premium rounds will cost you a good chunk of change, especially if you miss them. But one thing that's good is that 390 damage a shot, you can afford to shoot a bit of premium rounds. Now for equipment, I went with optics just to boost that view range a little bit. Didn't really want to do ventilation because while it would increase my DPM, this tank, since it's mobile, you want a little bit of view range on it, a gun rammer and vertical stabilizer to help with that somewhat poor accuracy. Okay, let's see what map we get here. It's the Sand River Assault. I forgot I actually turned Assault back on the other day, just because it's a pretty nice change at pace in my opinion. Yes, some Assault matches are sort of favoring one side, but I like them in most cases. Now Sand River Assault, the enemy, it's kind of difficult to push in the north, so I'm going to be pushing along the south side of the map, or not the south, but the west, and hopefully I'm able to not be pinned down, especially by those two TDs on the enemy team. I'm more afraid of the prototype because that thing has a nasty top gun along with very good DPM. As you see, the WZ, it's not exactly nimble. It takes a little bit of time to speed up, and I'm going uphill here, so you have to keep that in mind as well. But all in all, it is faster than the IS-6, and the WZ-112, it's pretty similar to that. However, both tanks aren't great at going uphill. So with the vertical stabilizer, the accuracy isn't great, but it's doable for a heavy tank, especially a Chinese one, where if you have an aiming circle this large, you're kind of doing well. Now I'm just going to play it safe first. I don't want to pop over here where that ST-1 is, just because they do have one already. I'd rather not let the enemy know where I am for now. Although, was not expecting the enemy to leave themselves this open in the beginning, but I'll take it. Let's see. This little Chaffee gonna move from there? Possibly. Hello, IS. Now, gun depression, pretty bad. It's not great on this. It does help that your turret's situated in the front of the tank. It negates a little bit of the poor gun depression. T-28's sitting out in the middle there. I want to be careful. Okay, Tiger 1's down. I'm not spotted, so I'm gonna make a push with these guys. We might take a shot or two from the enemies in the center field, but we should be able to break through. As long as if they... Come on, guys, keep fucking going! So I'd say as long as if they keep going. Slamming your brakes on when you're near no cover is not a good idea. And I'm being fucking smacked. I need to get out of here. But for whatever reason, they slammed their brakes on and we lost all of our momentum. Always baffles me that people do that. Hello, T-71. I was about to say, I should have a very slim shot on him. Those two are pushing up there. I'm gonna peek over here, see if I can't spot something. Don't see anything. It's most likely a T-71 shot. Okay, so the enemy's actually making a pretty good push south here. So I'm gonna pull back down. Now, even though we're defending, it's better to play aggressive. Took a chance on that shot. It's better to play aggressive, in my opinion, when you're defending on this map, because if the enemy pins you down in the south, the flag's in an area where it's not easily defendable. Okay, this T-28's here. That's where that low penetration comes into play. OT-25, just stay right there, stay right there. Yeah, we know where the fucking base is. Okay, I need to get up here to help with this T-28. Yes, I'm using heat shells, but he's the main target for us right now. He's the one who can really hurt us. Okay, now I'm a little bit safer here. T-25 can go through my lower glacis, as that probably just happened. At least he's being flanked. Fucking T-71. Yep, I'm gonna die. One more shot. And I missed. Oh yeah, stop using heat. Why don't you cry a little bit more? It's part of the game, buddy. I fired what, like 2 heat shells? Now, hopefully this IS pulls back, or else he's gonna be, yep, taken out. But yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle right now. But our team's making somewhat of a comeback. I just need to be careful because I'm the only one over here. Here's that T-71, he's pulling back. So now I'm able to move back up to help them. Why the hell are... I don't know what that guy's problem is. Like, hooray, I fired a couple heat shells. Had I not done that, would have lost. No, not my side armor. Bye-bye. You're gonna cry that that was a heat shell? Now, as you see, I did over-angle, but I didn't want him to punch through that lower glacis. Ooh, got a little lucky there, but I'll take it. As you see, while the armor is good, you do have quite a few weak spots, so staying at range makes your lower glacis harder to hit. However, your accuracy comes into play and it hurts you a little bit. Getting up close negates your upper glacis' strength, keeps your turret strong, and improves your lower glacis, so you really had to balance it and if you're at mid-range, angling a little bit does help because people will be aiming at your lower glacis. Thus, you'll be making that stronger, but you just gotta have to wiggle with where they're aiming. So overall, not a bad match. Got Mastery 3rd Class, Duelist, Fire for Effects, Steel Wall, Spartan. Now, did 2,521 damage, 3 kills, decent amount of experience, and I only blocked 900 damage. Most of them was from that T-71, and I made 4,000 credits since, as you see here, using the WZ-111, your ammunition is very expensive. So if you miss a lot of shots or don't penetrate them, it is going to cost you a lot of credits, and you're not going to make a huge profit. But overall, this is a very good premium tank, and if you can do the mission, which the missions basically kill 150 tanks with each nation, and 150,000 damage per nation as well. It's a lot. However, this is a very good premium tank, especially if you have any Chinese heavy tanks, and not only does it make a good profit if you can avoid wasting ammunition and firing too many heat shells, basically it performs pretty well. While it is a premium tank and it's gimped a little bit to not be as good as regular tanks, it holds up well enough that you're not really gonna notice it lacking in too many areas. And I haven't exactly figured it out. However, a lot of people report that matchmaking for this, you do not see tier 10s, which it seems that way. Yes, this is the first battle I had on this account. However, some people do say it sees tier 10s, but as far as what I see, it does have preferential matchmaking. You're only going to see tier 8s and 9s, which helps it out a lot. You're not going to be facing tanks that you have no chance of penetrating, and that makes the tank a lot better as well. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, WOTguru.com.